your host, Jimmy Chen. Arrgh.
There's someone on the phone, but who cares? Who cares? Welcome to Food for HNM, my channel. I'm Jimmy Chen. Jimmy Chen, your friendly neighborhood Holy Bible explainer. Today we are reading from the book of First Chronicles, chapter 7. It is titled, the next section is titled Issachar. The sons of Issachar, Tola, Pua, Jashub, and Shimron, 4 in all. The sons of Tola, Uzi, Rephaiah, Jeriel, Jamai, Ibsam, and Samuel, heads of their families. During the reign of David, that's King David. Watch the earlier video, I talk about how he slew a giant. Nope, he didn't stab him, he used a sling. But you know, the slings back then were more like, they were longer, longer, and then they had like a pouch, you know, so they kind of went, I don't know how they did it. It's a weapon. During the reign of King David, the descendants of Tola, listed as fighting men in their genealogy, numbered 22,600. The son of Uzi, Izrahiah, the sons of Izrahiah, Michael, Obadiah, Joel, and Issachar. All 5 of them were chiefs. According to their family genealogy, they had 36,000 men ready for battle, for they had many wives and children. The relatives who were fighting men belonging to all the clans of Issachar, as listed in their genealogy, were 87,000 in all. The next section is titled Benjamin. 3 sons of Benjamin, Bela, Becher, and Jediael. The sons of Bela, Ezban, Uziel, Jeremoth, and Eri, heads of families, 5 in all. Their genealogical record listed 22,034 fighting men. The sons of Becher, Zemerah, Joash, Eliezer, Elionai, Omri, Jeremoth, Abijah, Anathoth, and Alameth. All these were the sons of Becher. Their genealogical record listed the heads of families and 20,200 fighting men. The son of Jediael, it could be Jediael, Bilhan, the sons of Bilhan, Jeush, Benjamin, they could, it could be a Mexican ghost right there, a Filipino ghost right there, making let's see, the sons of Bilhan, Jeush, Benjamin. Wait, hold on. Let's start with back to verse 10. The son of Jediael, Bilhan, the sons of Bilhan, Jeush, Benjamin, Ehud, Kenana, Zethan, Tarshish, and Ahishahar. All these sons of Jediael were heads of families. There were 17,200 fighting men ready to go out to war. The Shupites and the Hupites were the descendants of Ir, and the Hushites the descendants of Aher. Naphtali, the next section is titled Naphtali, the sons of Naphtali, Jaziel, Guni, Jezer, and Shilem, the descendants of Biha. The next section is titled Manasseh or Manasseh, the descendants of Manasseh or Manasseh. Asriel was his descendant through his Aramean concubine. She gave birth to Machir, the father of Gilead. Machir took a wife from among the Hupites and Shupites. His sister's name was Ma'akah. Another descendant was named Zelophehad, who had only daughters. Machir's wife, Ma'akah, gave birth to a son and named him Peresh. His brother was named Sheresh, and his sons were Ulam and Rakem. The son of Ulam, Bedan. These were the sons of Gilead, son of Machir, the son of Manasseh or Manasseh. His sister Hamoleketh gave birth to Ishhad, Abiezer, and Mala. Heard it before. The sons of Shemitah were Ahian, Shechem, Likhi, and Aniam. The next section is titled Ephraim or Ephraim. The descendants of Ephraim or Ephraim: Shuthelah, Bered, his son; Tahath, his son; Eliada, his son; Tahath, his son; Zabad, his son; and Shuthelah, his son. Ezer and Eliad were killed by the native-born men of Gath when they went down to seize their livestock. Their father, Ephraim or Ephraim, mourned for them many days, and his relatives came to comfort him. Then he made love to his wife again, and she became pregnant and gave birth to a son. He named him Beriah. Let's see, there's Asaiah and Yetzirah. It is Beriah, and then Aziluth. Because there had been misfortune in his family. Yep, it's their poo-poo. That means you care not to be with phrasing about those things. Manes! His daughter was She'erah, who built Lower and Upper Beth Oron, as well as Uzen. She'erah. Repha was his son, Resheph his son, Tela his son, Tahan his son, Ladan his son, Amihud his son, Elishama his son, Nun. Remember, Nun is Yehoshua's, Joshua's father. He's not a nun. He's not one of those Catholic nuns. See, Nun his son and Joshua, Joshua his son. Yehoshua is a mighty, mighty person, dude. He was Moses' successor. And from watching a movie, you could find it, online. Gods and Kings. It tells the story of Moses, how he was raised by the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh was his brother, Ramesses. And then somehow he saw this tree on fire, and then God talked to him. You're a Jew. No, he didn't say he's a Jew. To be the Jews. He said, you forgot that your father is Amram and your mother Jochebed, and they're like hiding within the royal family, And he was like, I'm a Hebrew? So those guys that we put to work making bricks for free, build these, like monuments in Egypt back then, this is a long time ago. Those are my people. And then God at this burning bush, this tree on fire, told him, I want you to go. And they're like telepathically telling him, you're going to have to set your people free from your own brother Ramesses. But he could fight. In the beginning of the movie, Gods and Kings, they go out to fight people, He and his brother, they have armor and they're on chariots, and they're going to fight. He's a great general. He had like this bird on his head, and the other guys had snakes, And he had a cool sword, like a silver one, and his brother had the gold one. And then his father, also Pharaoh named Ramesses, told him, I want you two to be close and exchange swords. So then Moses or Moshe had the gold one, and his brother, who was his superior, had his sword, like the silver one. So my point is, Moses could fight. He was a general. He knew how to fight, command. He knew strategy. He knew how to move troops into formations. And then he taught Joshua, who was son of Nun, how to do all of that. But I think Yehoshua or Joshua surpassed him. He was a crazier, more violent, more powerful general and fighter and commander. He led the ancient Israelites. Remember, this ancient Israel, not modern day. Modern day Israel is a country that was started only in 1949 or 1948. But they had to go into the promised land and take the land. They had to slay all the inhabitants there, exterminate them all, and then demolish their cities, take over those cities, take over places, city by city. And Yehoshua Joshua did it all in one campaign. He did God, the one true God, the Creator, the Lord, as Jesus, the Son of God. God is God in three persons, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. He told him, this is what I want you to do, Joshua. It's not explicitly stated, Joshua, this is the work I have for you. I want you to conquer all of these cities. And he did it all in one shot, one campaign. Powerful. Strong. So, verse 27, Nun, his son, and Joshua, his son. Their lands and settlements included Bethel and its surrounding villages, Naaran to the east, Gezer and its villages to the west. Remember, west is left. There's a saying, the left coast is the best coast, West coast, left coast. So you can remember west, left, west coast, left coast. Whether whether it is the best, I don't know. Right now, Yes, it is. Yes, it's still good. It's still good. They'll recover, but I don't like it. I like Hawaii because I like the beach and look at this sand, sea breeze. Look at that behind me, waves, and I invented the waves. I mean, the waves are crashing. All right, where are we going with this? Villages. Gezer and its villages to the west, and Shechem and its villages all the way to Ayah and its villages along the borders of Manasseh were Beth Shan, Tanakh, Megiddo, and Dor, together with their villages, the descendants of Joseph, son of Israel. That's Jacob, son of Jacob. Remember, Jacob had many sons. It was Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And then Jacob was Esau's younger brother, and Jacob married two people. He loved Rachel more, but he married Leah and then Rachel. And then those two had like handmaidens, and they weren't slaves. So he had like 4 wives, and from 4 wives he had many sons, 12 sons. But then remember, Joseph had 2 sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, or Ephraim and Manasseh. So this is how it went. Like, okay, there's 12, right? And then you add 2 more, that's 14. But you take Joseph out of there because those are his 2 sons, right? So you got 11 plus 2, that's 13, and then you subtract Levi or Levi because he's a priest, and it's back to 12. So there's 12 tribes, and then the priests took care of the tabernacle and later the temple. Okay, so the descendants of Joseph, son of Jacob or Israel, lived in these towns. The next section is titled Asher or Asher, but it's more Asher. The sons of Asher: Imnah, Ishva, Ishvi, and Beriah. Their sister was Sarah. The sons to be of Beriah: Heber and Malkiel, who was the father of Birzaith. Heber was the father of Japhlet, Shomer, and Hotham, and of their sister Shua. The sons of Japhlet: Pasak, Bimhal, and Ashvath. These were Japhlet's sons. The sons of Shomer: Ahi, Rogan. That's not Rogan. Rogan, Hubba, and Aram. The sons of his brother Helem: Zophah, Imnah, Shelesh, and Amal. The sons of Zophah: Shua, Hanefer, Shual, Beri, Imra, Bezer, Hod. Hod is interesting. Hod is one of the. There's this thing called it's like a. It's like a symbol called the Sephiroth, and it's like the tree of life. It has many secrets. It's like you're getting into esoteric, mystical. Like you could be a mystic, which is like being a prophet. A mystic is newer. Yeah, I'm a mystic too. But Hod is one of these. They're called personalities of the Sephiroth. Yep. The Sephiroth has like 10 circles, and it's like in a pattern. Like it goes boop. That's Keter, and there's Da'at, but you just forget about Da'at. It's Keter. But you have to remember, I'm looking at it, so you have to turn it this way. Keter, and then there's Hokmah, and there's Bina, and then there's Hesed, and then there's Guvra, and then there's Tiferet, and then from Tiferet, you have to remember, he's like Apollo. Apollo has his brother Hermes. So there's Tiferet, and then there's Netzach and Had. Netzach and Had, and then there's Yesod. And then below Yesod is Malkut. So, when Jesus Christ says something about the kingdom, that's Malkut. This is where the Sephiroth touches Asaya. Kingdom on the material plane. See, this is like heaven touching earth. I'll talk about it later. So, we're looking at Hod. Hod is a personality in heaven. He's one of my granduncles, Hermes, but his name is something like Adonai Havaya Hod. He is within God the Divine. There are two Apayams. I'll talk about that later. Verse 38. The sons of Jether, Jephunneh, who is the father of Caleb, Pispa. Your libretto is Pispa. And Ara, the sons of Ula, Ara, Haniel, and Reziah. All these were descendants of Asher, heads of families, choice men, brave warriors, and outstanding leaders. The number of men ready for battle, as listed in their genealogy, was 26,000. That is chapter 7. Thank you for listening to me. There's a pigeon right there. My friend. Remember, keep God first. Believe in Jesus Christ. And God will take you places. Where's my mouse there? I can't see anything. Hold on. Good. Goodness. There's an outtake. Within the video, one take. In front of an ABC store, the best store in Hawaii. Look at my bag. They give you this cool bag. If there's one store when you think Hawaii, one store. You're thinking Hawaii, it's ABC stores.